Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am talking about clean girl fragrances. These are the fragrances in my collection that I wear to smell fresh and clean on really hot, sticky, humid days when I don't even really want to wear perfume. I just want to smell like clean skin or my own skin, but better. And I have 10 of my top favorites in my collection. I've added quite a few since moving to Florida because I went through a phase of really trying out a lot of different kind of fresh fragrances, things that people would call freshies that typically include a lot of citruses and really like bright notes that tend to kind of cut through the heat and humidity. And I have found that when it's really hot and sticky, I don't want to smell like anything that's super strong, whether that be citruses, whether that be florals, whether that be woods and, you know, herby scents. I just don't want any of it. I just want to smell like me, but better. And so I have 10 fragrances that I thought I would take you through that do exactly that. So the first fragrance on my list is what I'm actually wearing today, and I have been absolutely loving since discovering it this year. This is from Diptyque, and this is L'Eau Papier. And this is a really beautiful, fresh, your skin but better fragrance that is, I think, intended to smell like ink on paper. But what I get from this, I believe there's a prominent white rice or steamed white rice accord in this, and I definitely pick that up. It gives it kind of this creamy smoothness and warmth to the fragrance. There's some woods in here, but there's a lot of just this white musk that is really clean and fresh and yeah, so uplifting, and yet at the same time cozy and comforting, and doesn't really smell like much, but it smells definitely like a skin scent, but the type of skin scent that I really appreciate, have come to appreciate. And yeah, it doesn't smell perfumey, just smells lovely, smells really cozy and really beautiful for days like today. Another recent discovery is one that I've been hearing a lot of people talk about for a long time, and I had a sample, but I hadn't really used it much, and then I just recently started using that, fell in love with it, and had to have a full bottle. So this is from Clean Reserve, and this is Skin. And this is a skin musk like no other. This is a really beautiful, clean, sweet, but yet a little bit salty musk fragrance that really doesn't have much of a fragrance at all. It just smells like clean skin, like you've got out of the shower. Maybe you've sprayed something really light on your skin, but yeah, it's soft, it's delicate, it's cozy and comforting, and at the same time really clean and fresh. So you're gonna hear those words a lot because that's sort of the theme of all of these fragrances, I think. That's why I have been reaching for them so much, and I absolutely love this fragrance. The next fragrance on this list is one that reminds me quite a bit of Clean Reserve Skin, and this is Kayali's Musc 12. And this is a fragrance that I only used to use kind of going to bed in the evenings or when I was wanting to feel kind of clean and cozy around the house throughout the year. But recently I have started wearing it a lot during the day on really hot and humid days when I want to smell like my skin but better, but with a little something sweet added. And so I get a lot more sweetness with this one than I do with the Clean Reserve Skin. I think that one has sweet kind of mixed with saltiness, whereas this one is really sweet, a little bit woody, a little bit vanilla, and just really cozy, comforting, beautiful musk. I love, love, love this fragrance, and it is a perfect clean girl fragrance. The next fragrance on this list is from a house that I consider to be almost entirely a clean girl house, and this is Narciso Rodriguez, and this is Pure Musk for her. And I love this fragrance. This is probably, I would say, the most clean girl of all the Narciso fragrances. It just smells like fresh out of the shower, soapy, a little bit musky, and with a hint of sweetness, a hint of florals, but really, really light, clean, super clean. This is probably one of the cleanest, I would say, of the ones I'm talking about today, and one that I love to spray on when I just want to feel super clean and fresh. The next fragrance is one that probably doesn't come top of mind for a lot of people as a clean and fresh sort of clean girl fragrance, but I'll explain to you why I consider it to be a clean girl fragrance, and it is from Byredo, and it is Gypsy Water. Now, Gypsy Water is a woody, kind of warm, green vanilla fragrance that is very fresh and clean, but at the same time, very kind of soft and comforting and cozy. And to me, that combination is exactly what I would reach for in a fragrance. And there's a lot of fragrances that have this DNA, but they do it in like too heavy a way. This one remains super light. It is definitely a skin scent. In fact, I think Byredo as a brand kind of gets a lot of flack for their fragrances not having like a big projection and not lasting on your skin very well. And I would say that a lot of that is down to the fact that these are very kind of airy, almost ethereal fragrances that you know, smell like your skin, but better. And this one in particular is just so cozy, soft, and comforting. There's some woods, there's some florals, there's a little bit of citrus, but there's just nothing that's overpowering. It's just super light, super beautiful. And when I smell someone wearing this and they kind of walk past, I get that kind of waft of, you know, just freshness, like breath of fresh air type of feeling. And that is why I had to put it on this list, because I do think green vanillas especially are definitely worthy of being on my list of clean girl fragrances. Another green vanilla fragrance that has made it to this list is from Commodity, and this is Commodity Gold Minus. So this is the more intimate Commodity Gold version of Commodity Gold that stays very close to your skin. It does not project, it is not loud, but it is just this beautiful green vanilla with a little bit of woodiness, and it just sort of like whispers vanilla rather than kind of shouting vanilla. It's really light, really cozy, but yet clean and fresh at the same time, and I really love this fragrance. The next fragrance on this list is from the House of Chanel, and I have a few fragrances in my collection that I consider to be clean girl fragrances. The most obvious of which is probably Chanel No. 5 Low. I feel like that is such a soapy and clean and fresh and beautiful fragrance, but I decided to go with one that is even cleaner than that because of the kind of florals and soapiness combined with musk, a really clean, beautiful white musk, and that is Chanel 1957. So this fragrance is one that completely took me by surprise. I was actually in a Chanel store with Lizzie from Lizzie in the City here on YouTube. We were in Palm Beach and doing a little shopping, went into Chanel, and I just happened to pick this up because I hadn't heard of it or heard anything really about it. So I was completely, you know, had no assumptions about the fragrance. And I picked it up and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this fragrance. It's got some iris, it's got some powderiness, but then it's combined with like this beautiful musk that is very clean and yet at the same time a little bit creamy. There's something about this that's so cozy, soft, comforting, all the things. I tend not to wear this one on really hot, humid, bright, and you know, sunny summer days, but I do wear it more on like cloudy summer days when just because it is a little thicker than some of the other fragrances. It's not quite as light and airy, but it's still gorgeous. It's still one that smells like a skin scent, and definitely, I would say, the most clean girl fragrance I have in my collection from Chanel. The next fragrance on my list is from what is quickly becoming one of my favorite fragrance houses in my collection, and that is the House of Mizensir. They make so many beautiful, clean, ethereal, kind of light, airy, beautiful fragrances that smell like your skin but better. But there's one in particular that is a musk fragrance that I discovered this year and had to add to my collection, and that is Elixir de Musc. And I just love everything about this house. I love the bottles, I love the fragrances. They all seem to have like this really airy quality about them that no matter how much you spray on, you're not going to like overpower a room. Well, there are a few that are a little bit deeper and definitely project more, but this one is a clean, fresh, powdery musk scent that smells literally like nothing but powder and musk. And it's so, so beautiful. There's a little bit of sweetness, just a tiny hint of sweetness in this, but it's just so soft and so delicate and yet so clean. I've been wearing it quite a bit these last few days, and I've just been loving it. I got it thinking again that I would be wearing it more to bed. I have not done that yet, but I have been wearing it out in the heat and humidity, and I just absolutely love it. So that is Elixir de Musc from Mizensir. The next fragrance on my list is one that I've also been wearing quite a bit this month. It's been on my fragrance tray. This is from Jo Malone, another house that does a lot of beautiful clean girl fragrances, and this is Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt. And Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt for me is a really, it's exactly what the name says. It's woody, it's a little bit salty, and there's a freshness to it, I think, from the sage. But I would say that this fragrance is like one of the only fragrances in my collection that when I spray it on, I almost don't even smell it, but yet there's a freshness about how my skin smells when I'm wearing it that is very uplifting and very clean. There's also some citruses in this, but they're very, very light in the background, and that's exactly how I want to wear citrus, I think, in the really hot, sticky days, like something that's really, really watered down. The same way I don't really love, this is probably just a me weirdness thing, but I don't really love lemonade when it's super hot, and I know that is the time to drink it. My grandmother always used to make lemonade on hot summer days, and I like lemonade, but I like it really watered down. So I'd put like a ton of ice in it and, you know, like water it down, or just drink lemon water, something that has a citrus in it, but not something that's like heavily sticky, you know, overly tart or overly sweet. So this is kind of perfect. It's one of the fragrances I spray on when I really don't know what to reach for. I don't even want to put a fragrance on, but I want something that makes me smell fresh and clean, and Wood, Sage, and Sea Salt works every time. And the last fragrance on this list is actually the first fragrance I thought of when I decided to do a clean girl fragrances video, and it is from Glossier. This is Glossier You. To me, this is like the ultimate clean girl fragrance. Glossier You is a your skin but better, smells different on everyone fragrance that is very light, very clean. It definitely has some iris in it, and I think iris as a flower is like the least floral flower. It just smells very soapy to me and powdery, and that is exactly what this fragrance is. It's a little soapy, it's a little powdery, there's a little bit of sweetness and freshness. It's a little stronger than some of the other fragrances on this list, but this is one that I really have enjoyed throughout the year, no matter what the weather. I wear this if I am going out somewhere like to a doctor's appointment, or where I'm going to be in close quarters with people. If I were working in an office, I think this would be a great kind of everyday go-to scent for that. It's just clean and fresh. I get a lot of compliments when I wear it, and no one seems to know what it is. And I feel like I've explained this fragrance, or told, not explained, but told so many people about this fragrance they didn't even know it existed. Sometimes I feel like we get so caught up in our little fragrance community bubble that like we don't realize the whole world out there doesn't know every fragrance on the market. But this is one that's been around a while. It's been in and out of my collection, and I just really enjoy it. So yeah, this is to me the sort of epitome of clean girl, and that is Glossier You. So those are all the fragrances I have in my collection that keep me smelling clean and fresh, but at the same time cozy and comforted, and like my skin just smells fabulous. So I would love to know if there are any fragrances that are not on my list that you would recommend. This is pretty much a majority right now of what I have in my collection. There's a few others that I considered adding to this list, but yeah, let me know. I'm always loving to get inspiration from others here and trying new fragrances. So I appreciate you all watching, and thank you for watching. I will see you all in my next video, and have a great day. Bye.